Hello, Sarangees. Welcome to Chasing K-Dramas, the podcast that dissects popular Korean dramas episode by episode. We dig into the characters, themes, and everything in between. I'm Chrissy, Choi, and I'm here with my co-host,
Dulcé, Sloan. Your mama. What's up? How you doing? Listen, your girl is outside. All right, your girl is here because you know what? I'm here because we're still on our road to 10,000 sarangees. Okay, we're in a campaign. Chrissy got what? Goals. Wait, the soccer's coming. Chrissy got goals. So be sure to hit the subscribe button on this here YouTube channel. I don't know where it's at. I'm not a scientist, and be sure to tell all of your friends and your drama addicts about us. Follow and leave a review on the Apples and the Spotify, and be sure to join our official fan club, Sarangees, on Substack. That's chasingkdramas.substack.com, where you can find bonus content and get our newsletter for $6 a month. And you can't do nothing, Nathan, not nary a thing, for no $6 a month.
Nope.
And don't forget to call us on our Sarangee hotline at 213-632-6865 and drop your questions, preguntas, and comments, and you might get featured on the show. So when you drop us a line, hit us on the hip. We need you to leave your name and your socials so we can tag you when you are on the show. So, Chrissy.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good. I'm doing well. Let me start this. A timer. So we know that we're on time. I'm doing well. It's June.
Girl.
It is June already. It's Gemini season. All my friends are Geminis. So I have a lot of birthday things that are happening this month.
Oh, you must be going on a lot of trips this month.
There's trips, and like this weekend, my friend's having a little gathering, so I'm doing that. But I'm not kidding. All my friends are, I think I have like 10 friends who are born in the month of June.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like close friends, friends from high school, friends from college, new friends. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Isn't it weird? Because I'm an Aquarius, and I think Aquarius and Geminis are very compatible, and it's true.
I don't know what
all
that
my
means.
Girls. What sign are you? You're Cancer?
I don't pay attention to any of that. So I don't know when.
I don't know who Cancer is close to.
I don't know. I don't pay attention. You know my sign is Jesus. I don't pay attention to
But you kind of painted the Korean one now.
Well, I was like, because I just thought it was interesting and I wanted to know. Because it's like, once you get like past the like, oh yeah, this isn't witchy. Then it's like, oh, this is just a way that people just wanted to categorize and almost like, because people want to know things and want to categorize people.
Yeah.
And we've all decided that if you exit your mother's womb at a certain time of the year, you will have these certain characteristics.
What are you up to?
Well, your girl is on the road because we stay on the road. 9th through the 11th of July, I'm going to be at the Irving, Texas Punchline.
Okay.
And then July 17th and 18th, I'm going to be in Danny, Chicago.
Okay.
And then July 23rd to the 25th, I'm going to be at the Punchline in Houston.
Okay.
So your girl is outside.
Good.
In the month of July.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm taking these 2 weeks off because I have to get this embolization procedure done because I have giant fibroids. And so, just giant. Just
little tune, little song.
This is a little song.
Ditty.
So, but I did find out that black women have the highest incidence of fibroids.
That's what you were saying. And doesn't
and Asian women have the least incidence of fibroids.
Interesting. Lupita Nyong'o has them too.
She
has a lot.
She had I think they said she had a surgery. She had to get 50 removed.
That's insane.
Because when I was talking to the doctor,
how does that tiny body?
First of all,
she's tiny.
Because some of them, because like the one that I have, one of them is 4 inches around, and the other one's
big.
they're big.
Yeah.
But one of my friends was saying that her friend had someone that was so big that once she got it removed, the woman's her stomach got flatter. Because it's a growth in your
of course, and
So it's basically the doctor described it to me as almost like a muscular tumor.
Yeah.
So it's it's not cancerous and you have to test it, but it's just the good thing about you is that he said you only have 2 of them, but they're very large. And so one of them is pressing on my bladder.
Yeah.
So I have to get rid of that one. And then there's another one at the top where when I got my eggs frozen, I couldn't see if there was any eggs available in my right ovary because it casts a shadow on the
Interesting.
And I have to get them removed because here's the good thing about my fibroids is that they're on the outer layer of my uterus.
Okay.
And so they don't, because, a lot of times with fibroids, they give you heavy cramping, heavy bleeding.
Yeah,
They'll
it's
impede
like
you
a
being able to
whole
get
thing.
pregnant
Yeah.
if they're inside your uterus. So the blessing is they're on the outside, they're on the outermost layer. But because they are so big and because of the position of the largest one, it's at the bottom of my uterus. It's a lot. But this is, speaking of a lot,
So
this show.
I know. So today we are chasing episode 9, right, of The Glory. And so this is part 2. So remember I told you they split it up, the series, into 2 different seasons. So we're back, right? And it's officially the second phase, right? So I call it the second phase of Dong-eun's like revenge because a lot of things happen, right? Okay. So we open with a crazy cold open, which I actually kind of liked because it recaps, because you remember what happened, right?
Sometimes I like a show that'll give you a recap.
Yes. So it's Myeong-oh's final days through different phone calls, and you see him. From there, we get the Do-young and Yeon-jin showdown at Dong-eun's house. Remember, they at the end of episode 8.
She's standing there smoking a cigarette in this woman's house.
Yes.
And he walks up and goes, "What you doing here?" She's like, "What you doing?"
I know. And then the group starts fracturing over the Myeong-oh investigation. And Dong-eun gives Yeon-jin one last chance to save herself. But Yeon-jin, zero remorse, okay? Not even a little. And then the episode ends with the collision no one saw coming. Yeon-jin confronting our Hyun-nam.
Girl, I was in my house going, "What?"
Isn't it so good? Isn't every episode get better?
Listen.
I told you it's so good.
I am going, if anyone is taking like a screenwriting class or it's this show needs to be in that thing, like on the
like
the
a
list.
textbook.
Yes, it's like if you're wanting to listen,
in your syllabus, it needs to be in the syllabus.
It needs to be in the syllabus, but like if you're looking for like I need a surprise ending, I need a turn that no one's going to see coming.
Yeah,
that is all of these shows.
Kim Eun-suk, what a writer.
She where's her master class?
I know. I'm sure she does it in Korea. I'm sure she is she is probably the most famous drama writer in Korea. So, again, remember Genie? Genie was so good. We talked about this.
But it's what sucks, it was just like this because this show Watson that I started watching on CBS with Morris Chestnut. Also, first of all, we're not making that man anymore. the Morris that man, the factory closed I think like in 81, maybe 82. We're not making that man anymore. But the writing on that show is so good. I was watching it, I'm like, man, this writing is great. This show's getting canceled.
Did it get canceled?
Yes. So yeah, this is one of those shows where it's just like the writing is very good. People should study, like if you're an American screenwriter and you're like looking for how to like map out a drama, this is good. Because Myeong-oh, first of all, girl, him putting all them clothes on. I looked up, I was like, what in the Joey from Friends? This boy walked out with 7 jackets.
I know. He's so smart. So he's smart. He's clever, right? Instead of packing a bag, looking inconspicuous, although he looked pretty conspicuous there.
He looked insane.
It's like walking.
He looked like that kid from A Christmas Story. He couldn't put his arms down.
So when this first opened, though, I remember when I first watched it, I thought he was alive. Because it doesn't tell you that it's going back in time until the date pops up. So I was like, oh, he's there.
Oh, no, when he was walking out, I knew it was a flashback.
So for me, I was like, oh. But then you learn that it's the flashback. So we learn a bunch of things, right? So October 17th is when he calls Do-young, okay? To book time, okay? But Do-young's like, who? You know, who? And then October 18th, he calls Sara, right? We learn here that Sara is actually indeed breaking into her parents at her church, the church safe, because you see a little like poster of Jesus at the back.
But she's trying to remember the code, and she's like, "Oh man, my high is wearing off." Also, there's one scene where she's sitting there, and whoever did her makeup, she looks nuts. And I was like, oh, because she reminds me that, I don't know if you ever watched that show, Craig at the Creek. It definitely came out when we were straight in our 30s. But pure grown-ups. But there's this little kid who's like the little bridge troll kid.
Oh, no.
And the way that they have like the little baggies under the eyes and the big like just
look really
the emaciated
sick.
look.
Yeah.
I was like, she looks like a cartoon.
Yeah. No,
But then
she's such a good actress too.
She's an amazing actress.
Kim
But when we get to
Hyo-ra.
the part where she's like on the phone with, I will talk about that because I was like, the
And then Myeong-oh calls, he's at Chejun's house we just talked about. He has all the outfits. He has the watch, right? He's like stealing all these watches. And then importantly, he is threatening Chejun because Chejun is embezzling, okay? His company's embezzling a lot of money. So he's like, I know all the dirt that you've done.
course if you got in the Philippines.
Exactly. Then he calls Yeo-jeong and he's like, declares his love for Yeo-jeong. And Yeo-jeong screams. She's like, what?
She throws the phone.
It's so dramatic. And then she calls him she's like, are you gonna finally be a dog? Because basically he's like the lap dog of Chejun. She's like, are you gonna be a sled dog in Russia? And I was like, and then he calls Dong-eun, and then we learned that he blackmails Dong-eun too, which kind of expected, right?
But also
He's a
just like,
dirtbag.
bro, you have no.
Like, what
this
are you
is
doing?
the loosest blackmail you have.
Yeah.
And she's just like, and there's a tight shot of her, just the smile that comes up on the side.
She knew he was gonna do it. But yeah, that's the opening sequence. I thought it was good. I thought it was like amazing the way they did it. I love the music behind it. And for me at least, I thought it was like a misdirect. That I thought at first he was alive, and I was like,
well,
oh, no,
I think
he's
for
dead.
me, I don't know if I needed for us to go back and see him make all these phone calls again.
I think it was just probably something
catch up because it was this part 2.
Exactly,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Okay, and then we go to our key moment. Okay, so this is where we see Do-young and Yeon-jin having their confrontation at Dong-eun's apartment, right? So that was the last episode. And what's crazy is you see Dong-eun, she's watching because she has a camera set up.
Very
Clever
obvious
girl.
camera setup.
Yeah, very obvious, clever girl. I thought that was a revenge receipt.
Ooh,
having that camera set up, right? And Yeon-jin is just out of this world disrespectful and it's just galling, her behavior.
The way she drops that cigarette on the ground, and then he asked if he was going to sleep with
Yes.
Dong-eun, which was just like, girl,
What?
Then just like, you're trying to open some Pandora's box.
Right.
And then he goes, you're in all of these pictures.
Every single one. And the box she's talking about is, remember in the previous episode, she was like, you don't want to open this up. If you want me and Yeshol to be, your perfect wife and perfect child image, you're going to close this box up.
And leave it alone.
Leave it alone because
Let
you
me
don't want to
handle
know.
this.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
And leave this alone.
Yeah, and then all the pictures. And he's like, did you bully her? Like, what did you do to her?
And we're like, we just didn't like each other.
Which is insane. Like,
yeah, I'm sure she had no opinion about you until you started bullying her, and then she definitely didn't like you.
Her attitude, it's just stunning how callous and how she just doesn't give a shit, truly. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I mean, she can't, because it's like, and then like, so my girl, what moment?
Yes.
Is when so she drops a cigarette and grinds it into a hardwood floor.
With their shoes on. She goes into someone's home. In Korea, that's a big deal in any culture. Like, walking in.
Even
Asian culture,
everyone,
yeah.
but everyone in New York takes their shoes off.
Of course. You always ask. You're like, hey, do you want me to,
It's especially one of those places, like, because even like regardless of background in New York, it's like, it's nasty outside. It's disgusting outside. I'm taking my shoes off. But it's so funny because throughout the episode, it keeps cutting to Do-young's shoes at her door.
I know, because he's respectful.
Right.
And he's an actual, like, decent person. He's not like an asshole like his wife who has zero disregard, or zero regard for anyone,
No. And so she goes, she's disappointed that he showed up. So she goes, you can't be disappointed in me. I'm disappointed in you. And says it so close to the man and is whispering in his ear. Also, I wish somebody would have taught her how to smoke a cigarette.
She's not a smoker?
No. She looks, every time I watch her, I'm like, I don't believe you.
She's like,
because she's either holding it like she hasn't eaten food for decades. It's just like all of her strength is just to hold up this cigarette. Just truly like on her last leg. So I'm sitting there watching her go, I'm disappointing you. What the f*** is happening? Her hand looks drunk.
She's drunk.
She's
on
drunk with
evilness.
She's drunk with evil, and her hand is just her hand is giving, woman who has
Like 사모님, like rich 사모님.
Yes,
Like-
it's giving mimosas at every meal. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's her.
But more champagne, less orange juice, and then there's food on the table for decoration. She's not eating this juice. No. But he also clocked that someone had to break in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no.
He's paying attention to
He looks at
everything.
her wearing the shoes inside.
First
he
of all.
sees that she broke in to her door. So he's like, wow, this woman has, again, she does not care. She has no respect for anyone. She doesn't give a shit. She's above it all, according to her. Mm-hmm. Like, she's willing to break rules. She's breaking the law, breaking into someone's home. Mm-hmm. Of course she bullied this girl. Like, everything is getting answered. All of his questions, all of his doubts, everything is getting answered in this, like, 2-minute interaction, because you see her. For the first time, he's seeing her for who she truly is.
Because it's the first time he's showing her who he truly is. It's like when you see those relationships, like people talk about, like, in relationships, it's like when you see somebody has been play acting.
Uh-huh.
And I don't even use that term because it's a ridiculous term, but it's play acting.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, you present yourself as something someone wants. And then eventually, because we've all been in relationships with people where they are doing the things that you want.
Right.
And then eventually they just get tired of the charade.
I mean, this girl's charade was pretty good. 10 years. They were together for 10 years.
If that man is that rich, I'm getting an EGOT. That rich? Sir, who do you need me
and
to
that
be?
attractive. He's a little sexy. He's a little bit of a jerk. He's a little arrogant, but he's very good looking.
I'll be myself with my friends. But what I won't be doing is
Yes, that's what she was doing. She was being her evil little self in front of her friends, puffing her cigarette, having sex and all that stuff, being mean to Yeo-jeong and like
all of them.
Yeah, she's awful. Like, what? Her acting though,
Amazing.
Holy crap.
And then to see her in Royal Nemesis,
so
just to be this sweet, kind girl, I'm like, this is acting.
Give her everything.
Somebody, they need to start I'm telling you, whatever technique this is, because this ain't Meisner, okay? This ain't Stanislavski. This ain't Uda Hot. Listen, whatever this method is, y'all need to bring it over to America, because we ain't acting like this. The same way that people be mad when those black British actors come over to America. Same concept, baby. Bring these Koreans over here because they ain't doing the work. Because he stays behind after the wife leaves.
Yeah.
And basically, she tried him. She was
did.
talking cash shit.
She was talking. She's so rude.
She was talking reckless and just like, ma'am.
And I think in a weird way, I think she's scared because she's in a corner. And
Absolutely.
I think when she's in a corner, she acts even more ridiculous. And I think that's what we were seeing.
It's like when you ever see the videos of like a shelter kitten.
Oh, yeah. When they're like, and
it's like,
they're like freaking.
it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's what she's doing.
You're
yeah.
acting crazy, but also all I need is just a glove.
Oh.
All I need is like a little welding glove, and I can just pick you up, little kitty cat. I know you're scared, and I know you're upset, and you're like, yeah, but also you weigh ounces.
And she weighs an ounce. Too.
She weighs an ounce
She's like
too.
a feather. So.
And so he stays behind, and he's looking at all of the photos, but he sees the photo with Jae-joon and Yesol, and it's like, oh no.
And then he sees the rainbow eye clinic. The color blindness.
Also, to call a color blindness clinic a rainbow eye clinic is crazy work. Because they can't see two of the colors on.
So to me, I think this is the moment when he clicks that this child is really not his child. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a revenge tracker. So
revenge tracker.
So he discovers that. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So Yeo-jeong goes to the morgue. Okay.
Right.
We learn that the morgue does not have her body. It's not in there.
It's where? In the freezer.
Which remember you were like, why is it
the body
just
has
chilling?
to be in the freezer.
So you're right. And guess who ordered that?
His daddy.
Which is very interesting. When this happened, I was like, oh. I didn't remember this either. And I was like, ooh.
Because this isn't a grow up mama. This is, ooh. Girl.
Yeah, okay. So then he goes back home. And then we see that Dong-eun has moved out of the apartment because she has to, because her her house has been compromised.
Broken into. Because now she knows where she stays.
Exactly. So she's going to stay with Yeo-jeong, and Yeo-jeong's super excited. He has bedding.
Yeah, because she's sitting there playing house with this man.
And then she like looks around. She notices the aqua seltzer things. He has a bunch because, you know, he's going through it too. And then,
the indiges.
And then you see a photo of a family photo, and then another photo without his dad.
Because there's a graduation, daddy. Another graduation, no daddy.
Yeah. So then we see that. And then the detectives, so Myeong-oh's case has officially turned into a criminal case, okay?
Because of the drugs.
Because of the drugs, okay?
But how did that shift? Because before it went to it was a missing person. So how did it become a drug case?
I think they investigated into him.
Oh.
Yeah, so because remember, Hae-jung called it in, and then Hara was pissed because Hara was like, why did you call it in? Now the cops are going to sniff everything out. So I think when they were investigating, looking into him, they were like, oh, this is clearly an unsavory character.
Shady deals.
Shady. So then Hara's freaking out. She calls Chejun. She's like, I don't know. I guess I don't know because we don't do drugs, but like, I guess withdrawals can like
This is what I was confused about. Yeah. Her sitting in this fridge, eating all of this food.
Like binge eating. Is that what?
I don't remember this being a part of withdrawal.
I just thought, I thought they would just be like,
because when she's well, it depends on what you're on. So, because the thing is, I know people binge eat when they're high on weed. But
so maybe she was on weed. I don't think so.
But she said she was
like frantic.
She was talking about like she doesn't have her drugs.
Do you think this is because Koreans aren't really familiar with drugs?
I think when the lady wrote this, I think nobody was around going, "Hey, this doesn't make any sense."
Yeah, so I was very confused when she's just binge eating, and I was like, "Okay."
Unless the drugs, but some drugs make you. Sometimes when you're high for so long, you don't eat.
Well, we could ask her Sarangees, and I'm sure in her comments, people always answer questions, so I'm sure someone knows.
Be nice this time.
Everyone's nice. On our YouTube comments, people are very nice.
People are nice on the YouTube. Which is interesting because YouTube is usually when it's like, wow.
No, YouTube is great. Our YouTube fans, oh my God, they answer
Shout
every
out to the
single question.
But so when y'all watch this, were you confused as to why she was just, because the way she had that spoon in that cake.
I was like, what is happening?
And then it was also
that cake looked good.
The cake looked amazing, but also where'd she get all this food? Why is this fridge so small? What is happening? She's living in this fridge. It was very packed for such a tiny fridge.
She's nervous about the detectives calling her, but then Chejun's like, oh, I actually have an appointment. They're coming to my place. So the detective comes. Also, it's crazy that he didn't go into the police station. He had the detectives come to him because he's busy. And I was like, God, the entitlement. This is insane.
Well, I think I've seen it where the police come and talk to you on the Law and Orders on the other.
Yeah, but that's when they go to they knock on the door and they like find you. Like they don't schedule an appointment, you know?
No.
Yeah, so he was scheduled to come.
I've never talked to the police.
I know. So
not like that.
No. I mean, I don't think I've ever.
No one's ever questioned me about anybody.
I just go, hello, sir. You've never had like, hey, Dulcé Sloan, where were you on the evening of?
The night of the 23rd? No, you'll never know where I was the night of the 23rd. You know what? Check my website. That'll tell you where I was the night of the 23rd. If it was May 23rd, I was in Arlington, Virginia. Doing shows, if you want to know.
So, he tells him he clearly does not give a shit about Myeong-oh.
No.
And he's like, I was going to fire him anyways.
He said, I was fire his ass.
He didn't show up. And then he's like, but you know who was looking for him? Do-young. I was like, oh.
Because he was like, you didn't. And he's like, well, how long has he been missing? He's like, 3 weeks. And he goes, you didn't look for somebody for 3 weeks?
He's like,
I like him. An employee. What do you mean? He was like, well, I was going to fire him anyway. And so then he didn't show up. So it was fine. I'm just like, these all seem like valid excuses. But then he was like, but this guy, girl, when he was like, but this guy was desperately looking for him. I'm like, oh.
I know.
But also, it was slightly heavy-handed in the scene where it was just like, where we had the voiceover of the lawyer being like, if she gets divorced.
I know. He's like, duh, yes.
That was a little heavy-handed. But I also have to remember it's the part 2. And so you have to remind people what the lawyer said.
Exactly.
And why he has these tactics and why he's about to throw Do-young under the bus.
Okay. So then our next key moment is when Dong-eun gives Yeon-jin another chance. Okay. So Dong-eun shows up to Yeon-jin at the broadcasting station at the offices. Now, did you notice that their friend, I think their high school friend who works at Siesta, her name is Kyung-nam or Kyung-nim. Did you notice? She looked very nervous to see her. She was like shaking in her boots, and I thought that was a little weird, right? And then you see her, and you could see that she was also burned.
Because you see her, because I was like, what is this tight scene on her? Why is the camera changing? And something falls, and then you see she also got burned too. And I was just like, it's kind of going, oh, this could have been Dong-eun if she hadn't changed her own life and taken herself out of the situation.
Yeah, and then I think there's going to be more on Kyung-nim, so we'll see. I think she plays more of a role, but Dong-eun, it's so funny. Dong-eun shows up and Yeon-jin's like, "What are you doing here?" And Dong-eun's like, "You broke into my apartment, remember?" And this line, she goes,
"What do you think I'm doing here? You broke in my house."
And then she goes, "Should I rip your mouth open or should I break your hands?" I was like, "Damn, that's so cold." It's ice cold. I love that line. Okay, so Dong-eun tells her that she posted a video of Yeon-jin breaking into her apartment.
But it didn't get any views.
Because she didn't use anyone's name, okay? So that's her first threat. I was like, oh, that's a revenge receipt there.
Cha-ching.
And then she says, and she shows her the paperwork from 18 years ago, you know, all the evidence of her, like, you know, leaving school, the withdrawal form, everything. And she has the photos, remember the photos that the nurse took, right? So she gives it to her and she says, if you go, turn yourself in, I will rethink my revenge. I will let this all go. You must go, turn yourself in, and apologize to everyone for what you did.
And she balls it up because this is a great revenge receipt because now she's like, you got the paperwork, she's got the photo, so cha-ching. But then she takes the paper, crumbles it up. I'm surprised she didn't tear the pictures in half.
I know.
And she was just like, so?
She's like, go. I'm not going to do anything. She's literally like, F off.
Yeah.
Like, F off, right? And then she has the nerve to say that Dong-eun should be grateful because Dong-eun, her bullying her gave Dong-eun's life a purpose. That's why she became a teacher.
Yeah. She's like, you could have been doing anything, but you became a teacher because I terrorized you and your life was always a living hell. She said, don't act like your life became a living hell when I did something to you. Your life was a living hell from the day you were born.
Oh, she's the worst. So then Dong-eun's just like, you know what? Fine. Okay. She expected, you know, she's like, honestly, I think she like expected Yeon-jin to do all of this, to say all of this, but she still wanted to give her a chance. And the reason why she's giving her a chance was because of her husband. She saw Do-young take his shoes off, and I think she felt guilt. Not guilt, but she felt like compassion, and she wanted,
because if you destroy the wife, then you destroy the husband. Yeah. And she said, I'm only doing this, I'm only giving you a chance because of your husband.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the last lifeline your husband's going to give you. And it's interesting that she heard Dong-eun say, I'm giving you a chance because of your husband. And she was just like, I don't care.
So then we jump, okay? So now Do-young is in his he's in his feels because God bless him. Also, I feel so bad for Do-young. Like, could you imagine? Your life is just completely falling apart, right? So he's thinking about Chejun being Yesol's dad, right? But then he's also worried because the police wants to talk to him about Myeong-oh. So he has all these things. And then the secretary decides to come and she's like, hey, I should have like given this to you earlier. But Myeong-oh left a voice message for you. I'm like, you're just telling him now?
3 weeks? What kind? Whose cell phone service do you have where you can keep a voicemail? Because back in remember, it's 14 days and that message gone.
Now it just stays forever.
Now you can download. Listen, I can probably go back to a voicemail of somebody because the thing is, it doesn't save in the system. It saves on your phone.
Yeah.
So now you can keep this shit forever.
So she gives him a little USB stick and he listens, and basically it's just like Myeong-oh using his like callous language. He's just being like, I know the man who's fucking your boss's wife. And you're like, oh my God. And you could just see, because Do-young cares so much about his image, right? You could just see the blood draining out of his face. He's pissed. He's upset, right? And then
he's driving, just throws the flash drive out the window.
He just tosses it. And then He goes home and he's in the closet.
Girl, when he was in that closet and looked up and saw that bag, and then looked up and saw all of them bags, because I remember the first time I was in a closet, I was like, every bag is from Siesta?
Yeah, every bag.
Your entire wardrobe is from this one store.
And I think she was buying his clothes from there too.
Yeah, she was, because she was like, oh, let me get you this, let me get you that. All the clothes that they wear
From Siesta.
are from Siesta.
Also, who in their right mind has
keeps all the bags?
shopping bags? Just, anyways, it was a little heavy-handed, I thought. But
the
yes.
way it was, it reminded me of the end of, it was the first Scream movie where Drew Barrymore is like spinning around going, what are you waiting for? That's what it reminds me. But it was this is his Kaiser Soze moment.
I know.
Where he was just like,
what have I been doing? Like, how have I been so blind?
Also, she's disrespectful.
So disrespectful. She don't care.
Because to have that in that man's face like that.
Uh-huh.
Because
she's wild.
This is how, like, I've always heard it's just like, it's like the difference of how men and women cheat. People think about like a dog taking a shit or a cat taking a shit. So a dog taking a shit is out in the open. It's there. Cats, they cover it up. And they bury it. And you're not going to catch it until you go looking for it, right? But dogs, it's out in the open.
You're like,
pick it up, put it back down, it's
Yeah.
there. And so for her to dog this man like this, also in his own house, in his own home, the trailer where he pays rent, in this fancy ass closet with all of these bags laid out like this, it's like, first of all, love this closet. Second, I am so glad this man wasn't busting the windows out of stuff.
I think in the next episode, he like bangs his fist on the sink. And I was like, I think I would have done more. You know?
I'm always...
He's very cool and collected.
Yes, but I'm always intrigued by the way a man will punch stationary, hard object.
I think it's just to release the anger.
I get it, but why is it always like a wall or something? You're not
just hit a pillow.
Hit a pillow.
Hit a pillow.
But yeah, he realizes that, so his wife's infidelity was surrounding him.
And so blatant.
And
he was
disrespect.
So blinded.
But it's like, why would he even?
He trusted her, which is nuts.
Because,
which shows that she is very good. She's very good.
But the thing is, he's so busy. He's so busy.
Yeah.
Right? But it's like she's meeting people. I'm meeting my friends all kind of time. But it's just like he's busy, but also this is my wife. We're both grown. You go meet your friends, whatever. So it makes sense.
It was also like, if you think about their interactions, it was very on the surface. If you think about the types of conversations they were having, it was mostly about like Yezhor, but it was her kind of gossiping about his friends. You know what I mean? It was just very like light stuff. They weren't having deep conversations. That's why he was having Go competition or Go games with.
Yeah, because his wife is a dingbat.
I know.
She can't even write a script to do the weather.
I know, but she is good at making a script of doing evil stuff, though. But anyways,
maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's not following her strengths.
she's not.
Maybe she should bully the weather.
Should we do our deep dive?
Yeah.
Deep dive time. Okay, so we're back to our normal deep dives. Today I decided to talk about the man of the hour, Myeong-oh, okay? The guy who plays Myeong-oh, Kim Kwon-woo. Oh, we didn't talk about it, but he has a nice body.
Yeah.
When he was like trying those outfits on.
Girl, when he had the little red drawers on, I just was like, look at his cute little butt.
He had a little Calvin Klein.
Little cute little butt.
I know. He was fit. I was like, oh.
Girl, it's so funny.
His cute face.
But he got a cute little butt. I was like, look at his cute little butt. Because it's like sometimes men have like the cutest little butts. Because they just kind of like, they look like, what did somebody say? Like sometimes they like frogs standing up. A cute little butt.
You know what I love? This is weird, but you know, like cute little pups. I like watching their little butts when they're like walking. I'm like, oh, what a cute little
butt.
Yeah, cutie patootie. So Kim Kwon-woo, who plays our Myeong-oh, he is 34 years old. He was born in 1992. Cute. He is 182, so he's like 6 foot.
Good.
Oh, I know his shoe size and I have his blood type.
That blood type shit's always wild to me.
He's an O,
If
blood
the-
type O. He got an older sister. He went to the Korean National University of Arts. He has a Nunam.
He does
went to
give
the
little brother
same-
energy.
He went to the same university as Im Ji-won, so Yeon-jin, but she's his senior, so she was a junior to him.
So Sunbae.
선배. So he's he's
선배.
후배, she's 선배. His first drama was in 2017, Fight for My Way, which was the drama with Park Seo-joon and Kim Ji-won. That's like it was very good, okay? These facts are so funny. Korean, this is from Namu Wiki, which is the Korean wiki. In The Glory, his character is covered head to toe in tattoos, but in real life, Kim Gun-woo is very afraid of pain, and he has never gotten a tattoo.
Yeah, they look
The
very
tattoos
fake.
on set were done with henna. So they had to like draw it on him. So that was great. That's a good fun fact.
The one on his chest, it was so square. I was like, who printed this out? The one on his neck was a little square. Yeah.
So he got into the acting program at the college as a top ranked student on his third attempt. Okay. So Im Ji-yeon says that he was known back in the day in college as having the best body in the acting department at the time.
Okay.
That cracks me. I thought it was going to be that he was the top actor. No, he's the best body.
Body. Also, have you heard a little bit of clip of Megan Thee Stallion's new song?
Is it good?
One of the lines is the wifey shit is dead. Megan's about to be outside. We might have to be on a boat in Miami. Has he always played this bad guy character?
No, he did. No. He's no.
Oh,
no. He's a
okay.
mix. Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like a psychology sheet
Yeah.
where he's always that
I
guy.
actually watched Live. He was in Live. He was in Bad Detective. He was in Catch the Ghost, Record of Youth. He did a cameo there. He's actually going to be in Moving Season 2 on Disney. So Moving is that superhero movie on Disney. It's not movie, the drama on Disney that I really enjoyed. If you get a chance, watch it. It's nothing like it's not a very typical K-drama. I mean, it is a K-drama, but it's with superheroes, but he's going to be in that, which is good. He's been in musicals, he's done theater, he's done all of it.
Musicals, the young man was singing and dancing.
Yeah, he was in a show called Paris Baguette. I think it's probably about the creation of Paris Baguette because there's a drama. Oh my God, there's the drama, I forget what it's called. Taksu, something Baker Taksu. That was a drama about the origins of Paris Baguette. Among the 5 villains of The Glory, he had the biggest gap between his real personality and his character. Being the youngest of the group, he also apparently got teased the most.
Are you telling me the show about bullies, they was bullying the boy?
They were teasing him because he's a bebe of the group. According to his colleagues, his real personality is very affectionate and warm. He likes taking care of children, and he's good at cooking and housework.
It does seem like I can tell you anybody who, and I don't know if this was like personal observation, but anytime you have like one of those like bad boy kind of characters, they're also the ones that love very hard.
Yeah. So according to him, in relationships, he's very affectionate and he texts frequently. He said he would date someone up to 10 years older if they were truly right for each other. We all have a chance. I love these facts. The Korean Namu Wiki cracks me up.
Let me see.
Give him a. His ideal type is someone he could communicate with well, who doesn't get angry very easily.
Well, I don't speak Korean, so we ain't communicating well at all.
Okay, this is so funny. Kim Eun-suk reportedly said, "Director, this is the one." Immediately after watching his audition tape for The Glory, so she knew right away, which is
He
kind of
also
cool.
has a gorgeous skin color.
He's cute. He's cute as a button, I think. So that's why when it's kind of like a mind. If you just look at his face, he's adorable, and then he's playing such a nasty character. Apparently, people think that he looks like Kim Woo-bin, so Genie from.
No.
Kind of. They do kind of here. I kind of see it.
But it's
Their
that
face shape. Yeah.
here, but the rest of that jaw is a whole new person.
So people say that. And then he's one of those actors. You know when actors, I think Kim Do-young got the same thing. So not Kim Do-young. Do-young, the guy who plays Do-young got the same thing. Where people on the street just call them by their character names. He's one of those. That people will be like, hey, Myeong-oh. And then Taksu was the character name that he had in Fight for My Way. So people in the street will just call him by the character names.
Honestly, I think that's an honor. If
Yeah.
you perform, if you played a character so well, if people are calling you by the name of that character,
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And then he got a Paeksang nomination for The Glory, which is crazy. He got in 2023 Best New Actor for The Glory. He was nominated. And in 2026, Best Supporting Actor in TV for You and Everything Else. He's getting awards. And then he got an SBS nomination for The Stranger for Best Actor. So he's
outside.
He's working. He is a very good... I think I feel like we're going to see him in more things. The next scene, this was your girl what moment.
This is my other girl what moment.
Yes.
Because he says, hey, I've got bedding and stuff for you to, there's a guest room. It's like,
right.
You could stay.
So Dong-eun and Yeo-jeong,
right.
They're at their house, at Yeo-jeong's house, right? And they're living together basically, okay?
Right.
Okay.
So she's at the young man's house. He was like, hey, you can sleep in my bed. And I'll stay in the guest room. And she's like, oh no, I've got something. And this lady ordered a tent. She's gonna sleep in a tent in this man's high museum of a living room. Also, for that living room to be so big and that kitchen to be so small truly pisses me off. But the fact that she bought a tent.
So I think it's her.
He has other bedrooms.
I think for her, it was maybe like, that scene where it was like, I was kind of confused too, but when she goes in and she looks at the lights that he set up, and then there was a welcome mat inside the tent, which made me laugh.
Of course.
But I think for her, I think it's more like she never had her own space like that. Other than, I guess, that...
She lived in a dorm in college.
She lived in a dorm. She did, but I don't think it was ever like.
I mean, a dorm is not your own space,
right? It was ever like hers. So maybe, I don't know. It was almost kind of like reminded me of like how she lived in that one room like house.
Well, they did cut to the shoes outside of there,
right?
And
so
then
she
they
never. So I think it's like she's never had a space to her own. So it's almost kind of like she's creating her own like she's fulfilling what she wanted as a child.
But even when she had her own space, she covered the pictures with her, like the windows and walls with her revenge.
Right, because so that was never her space. It was like meant for...
It was a war room.
It was a war room.
So it was like the little sad little bit.
Right. So if you think about it, it's like maybe it's because she lets Yeo-jeong in, and then he's also allowing her to have her own, to feel comfortable and safe in her own space. But
That's why she got a tent.
And I think she just wants something cozy. I don't know. This made me laugh. I kind of like laughed, and then where they're like, he makes like, what is it? Fondue? They're eating cheese.
He does like a little like cute little picnicky thing.
It's cute.
She was kind of like, why are we out here? It's cold. And he's like, that's why I got a house with a yard. And she was like, well, thank you for letting me stay here. I'm going to do my part, but I'm not going to pay half.
Because she's like, because I would not be paying. Like, if I were you, I would turn all the lights off. This is cute too, because he's like, oh, I looked up like, themes or like things that I could do for a romantic evening. And she's like, oh, okay. So, and she tries. She's like, okay, if this really means this much to you, then, I'll do it. And then she gets all shy. She's like, I can't do this. She's like,
right. And he's like, oh, I got a fever and all of this. And so as soon as she goes to, he was like, puts his hand on her forehead, and I'm like, girl, you can't fake sick with a doctor. And he's like, well, in my professional opinion, yeah, you're faking it.
So I thought
it was cute.
It was cute.
He finally didn't look like a child in that moment.
I mean, he still looks like a child to me. So
he looked less like a baby.
So this time around, because we've gotten comments of people saying, oh, a lot of people did like their relationship. Other people didn't. But now I think my second rewatch, I'm understanding why it kind of makes sense. Happy for them. Wish it was someone else. Wish it was a different actor. That's all I say.
The character's great. The actor, not our first choice.
And the actor is adorable. He's cute
doing
as a button.
well.
He's Im Ji-yeon's boyfriend in real life. They're dating, but I think he could. It's a miscast for me. Like, I think he, like, even the later episodes. I mean, although, like, that moment where he goes like crazy and he's like imagining stabbing someone, that I felt a little like, oh, like there's a little edge to him, but
also it's like I also
cute.
couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, you're gonna
cute.
murder this man. I get it, sure.
Okay,
But
so Now, our next, okay, the bullies meet, okay, and the alliances start breaking, okay? So this was really interesting. Everyone's freaking out. Yeon-jin's there, Sara's there, Choi-jun, Hae-jung, they're all like, what are we going to do about Myeong-oh? What are we going to do it? Basically, Myeong-oh had called Yeon-jin and talked about So-hee, right? In the calls, he brought up So-hee every time. I guess we didn't talk about that earlier.
Yes.
But in every single conversation he had with the bullies, he brings up So-hee. Do you know what happened to So-hee? Remember So-hee this?
Yeah.
So she's freaking out. And then we learn that everyone knew, that group knows exactly what happened to So-hee, okay? Because they know that Yeon-jin was with So-hee. Because Choi-jun was the alibi for her. Right? So now she's saying, I think Dong-eun knows this. What are we going to do about it? And the other bullies are like, what do you mean? What are we going to do about it?
And then Choi-jun was just like, was I with you?
Yes, because he's remembering what his lawyer friend said. He's trying to use this to get her to divorce Do-young, which is wild.
But she's gonna go to jail. Because what was so crazy is that we have this, it cuts to a quick clip where So-hee's on fire. So like the front of her jacket is on fire.
God.
And then Yeon-jin pushes her and she
so
goes
scary.
off the roof. And so he was like,
scary.
but again, the lawyer's like, but it's if she goes to jail. And she's because it's the marriage thing that's making things hard. If she goes to jail and she's not divorced, Do-young can still have the baby. So she would have to go to. So it's just like, why are you acting like you're not her alibi? If she goes to jail but she's not divorced, you still can't get the baby.
I know. So I don't know I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to blackmail her by using getting divorced. That's what he's thinking. He's like, okay, if you want me to be your alibi,
marry him.
Yeah, I want you to divorce so I could have my daughter. But it's so interesting because this is kind of true because Hada's literally like, Hada says, she's like, you need to like, I don't care what you do, but the whole So-hee business, that's on you, Yeon-jin. You know what you did. You got to figure this out.
She was like, well, we helped. And she went, I was high.
I had no idea what was happening. And then Hae-jung's just like, you're on your own, lady. Like, what is this, right?
But there was that moment where Sara grabs Hae-jung when they're talking about the Myeong-oh on all of this. And Jae-jun sticks up for Hae-jung. He's like, get off of her, get off of her.
And then Hae-jung's like, and I'm like, really? You're moved by that?
Girl.
Also, you guys are about, like, the truth is about to come out about how you guys covered up a murder. Like, what are we doing here?
But you just noticed that he stuck up for you. But what it was like, he was like, you need to get your act together, get off of her. Because it's also like, he broke it up. He didn't break it up to help you. He broke it up so he could stab Yeon-jin in the back.
Yeah.
God.
It's crazy. Okay, so do we think so? Now we know that everyone knows about this So-hee thing, right?
And you see, because in the flashback, she grabs the name tag.
The name tag, which
but
is important.
I don't think the name tag is as damning as evidence as everybody thinks.
I know,
it is.
because it's like anyone could have had that. But
is there only one name tag?
Exactly. So, do you think anyone will turn on Yeon-jin?
Out of the bullies?
Mm-hmm.
I think if it would help Choi-jun
for sure, I think he would.
Choi-jun for sure, because it's
not really turning on her. It's like blackmailing her, like using her to get to what he wants.
Yes.
But in his mind, he's probably helping her. He's like, in a f***ed up way, he's like, I'm saving you from a bad marriage.
Right.
And I'm going to be your alibi and we could be together. And this is all for you because I just want us to be in love and be happy.
Be together.
Psycho.
I don't know if Hae-jung is strong enough to pull that off.
Although the next episode.
Although we could see, but
Kitty's got claws in the next episode.
Thank God. But Sara, I think all Yeon-jin would have to do would be like, I can get you more drugs, and she won't say anything.
Hada's interesting. If I were them, I'd be most scared of Hada because I feel like because she's under the influence all the time.
She's a bigger liability.
You don't know. Yeah, she's kind of like a Myeong-oh because Myeong-oh was like a hothead. Like she's kind of like the female version of him because you don't know where she's gonna.
You don't know, but she's also easier controlled. easier to control
because of the
all
drugs
you have to
too.
do, all Yeon-jin has to do is call the policeman and be like, get me X amount of drugs.
Yeah.
And then Sara is gone.
Yeah.
Sara's quiet.
So Yeon-jin leaves. And this is our moment, okay, key moment 3. But she's scared. She's pissed and she's scared because she is like in a tight corner now, right? So she calls the detective ajashi, right? He's the one who handles So-hee's case, right? And she asks about the name tag, if he has the name tag, what they did with the name tag. Right? And then so the detective ended up giving the name tag to her mom.
After Dong-eun had it out of So-hee had it in her hand when she fell.
Yes.
Dong-eun gets it.
Yes.
Sends it anonymously to the police, puts it in a drop box.
Yeah, because she was naive to think that
the police would help.
Right.
And then Detective Ajushi was like, because it's actually the envelope itself that Yeonjin's mom takes, and she was like, ha, 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 ha. What do we do? And she's like, keep it.
And then she kept it and she put it in, instead of destroying it, she puts it into a safety deposit box. So Ajima still has it, okay? It's in their box, okay? But then we jump, right, to Dong-eun talking to that detective who is investigating the Myeong-oh case, right? And she tells him this. She's like, so I ended up giving Myeong-oh a fake name tag. So she tells him all of this, right? Hoping to get him to kind of like understand what's happening, to be on her side and to believe her. But this detective's like, wait a minute. So you're saying that the weathercaster has something to do with Myeong-oh's disappearance? And he doesn't believe her. He's like, why would I be? He's like, it's illegal for you to make up stuff. And of course, again, in this moment, it's the same thing that she's experienced, right? Entire life. People doubting her, people not believing her.
Yes.
An adult or like an authoritative figure not believing her. And she was like, you know what?
Because he told her it was defamation.
Yeah, defamation. So she goes, and then he's asking for more information on Myeong-oh, but she's like, actually, I'm not going to give it to you. So she stops talking.
I don't know anything else because I don't want a defamation, and I don't want to say anything that might incriminate or might say anything that's not helpful.
Right. So then Yeon-jin meets with the detective ajashi, right? And he tells her that she has nothing to worry about because she's pissed that he didn't further investigate. She's like, did you know who sent you the name tag? And he's like, I didn't have to. It wasn't a big deal. No one's going to believe that. Plus, your mom took care of it, so don't worry about it. So that kind of makes Yeon-jin feel better. But then we discover that he knows that Dong-eun has 2 cars under her name, registered under her, right? So they find the other car. And they learn it is Hyun-nam who's driving it. So now Yeon-jin is onto this, okay? Then we jump. Hyun-nam's husband beat up
she comes running
Sona, the
and
daughter.
sees the daughter.
Yeah. So that's when she decides to send her to America, right? She's like, I have to do this, right? And then we see Dong-eun working on getting her to study abroad, okay? So then we also jump. These are a couple like quick scenes. Yeo-jeong and his mom. Yeo-jeong goes visit his mom at the hospital. And he basically tells her that he wants to help someone who he cares about, but it's basically something unsavory. It's illegal.
I want to help her get revenge.
And then his mom's like, oh, I thought you were like your dad, but you're more like me. You know what? Fine. You do you.
Because we cut to a clip of her remembering how that crazy man in jail. And it's just like, we can't get revenge on him. So go ahead and help your friend get revenge on somebody else, because we understand wanting revenge.
Exactly.
We can't get it for ourselves, but you can help your friend. Don't get caught. Don't bring this back to me.
Right, which is good. So Dong-eun sees the nurse, the nurse Ajuma teacher from her past. That's the nurse. Remember we talked about the last episode, 2 episodes ago, Dong-eun asked Yeo-jeong to hire a nurse. It's her. It's that Ajuma, okay? So that Ajuma is now working at Yeo-jeong's clinic. That I just literally that clicked for me. So Ajuma has been hiding So-hee's investigation reports, or the forms from her investigation, because we flash back to Dong-eun, I think when she was in college. She went to the morgue to visit So-hee. So-hee's mom, who is deaf, and it seems like she's deaf mute, right? She is begging Dong-eun to help her, being like, do you know Yeon-jin? Do you know Choi-jun? Do you know Myeong-oh? They killed my daughter.
Yes.
Right? So then that's the moment when then Dong-eun decides to help So-hee and her family. So she takes the report, so she takes the evidence, and then that evidence is what she has. She gives it to the nurse to hold on to, right? And then we learn, so that's a revenge receipt. Then we learn that So-hee was pregnant when she died.
I think Myeong-oh's a father because he was the one that assaulted Dong-eun.
Yeah, that's I think so too.
I think the assumption is that he's the father because the mother lists his name specifically.
And then why would Dong-eun tell Myeong-oh, like put Myeong-oh in charge of So-hee? And remember when they're talking, Myeong-oh's like, oh, you don't have a plan for me or something. You remember that part? And then I think Dong-eun in a voiceover is just like, oh, I have plans for you. So I really do think like this is all like connected. But I thought that moment also between Dong-eun and the nurse was really sweet because the nurse is just like so sad for both girls, right? She's like, it's heartbreaking. And then Dong-eun tells her like, oh, I think it was So-hee who was kind of like looking after me. And I like kept me going. Every time I felt like I wanted to give up, I would just see like So-hee. And I'm doing this for So-hee, and I'm like helping her get her revenge too. And I was just like, oh my God, it's like it's so sad.
So sad.
It's so freaking sad. Okay, then a lot happens in this episode.
So Dong-eun gets home.
Yeah.
And she's pulling photos down. And I'm just like,
okay.
I can understand why she was pulling the photos down. Maybe it's because I guess she has to get rid of the apartment because now it's been compromised.
Yes.
But she's pulling the photos down and she gets all of them down in a box and then she goes, wait a second. And she starts digging through the pictures.
Looking for something.
And she realizes there's something missing. There's a photo missing. Right?
And it's Hyun-nam's husband. Okay. The picture of the drunkard. Okay.
Yes.
We flash back again between a call with Myeong-oh and Dong-eun, okay? And then after the call with Dong-eun, he makes a call to Yeon-jin. She's out at an outing, like a work
with
outing.
With her friends, talking.
With her colleagues. It's that girl. So with her colleagues. And then she tells him that she'll meet him at 11 p.m., okay? So
Which
they
is
decide,
very late to meet someone.
Very late.
If you are a married woman.
Okay. So then after that, the episode ends with Hyun-nam driving in. She's pulling into her little parking spot. You know, it's a rendezvous point to meet Dong-eun. But then out of nowhere, there's a tap, tap, tap.
There's a ring comes up on the window.
Tap, tap, tap.
Tap, tap, tap. And it's like, oh, shit.
And it's Yeon-jin looking evil.
Looking insane.
And then Hyun-nam is just like,
I was in my house going, oh.
Yeah. So that's how it ends. It's a great little cliffhanger. But this episode, I have to say, like, it's so good. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a mix of things. Okay. Like you see Yeon-jin, like cat's out of the bag for her.
Yes.
So she's trying, like you see her squirming. She's being mean. She's being rude. She's doing all this. She's trying to convince she's being all like rude to Do-young. She's like trying to reach out to her friends to see if they're willing to help her. They're not willing to help. She's getting upset. She's reaching out to the detective. She's just like kind of like freaking out right now.
Right. Because she's trying to come up with a plan. And so she's trying to figure out who's on her side, who's not. What's the campaign? Who can help her? Who can't? What's going on?
Yeah. And then you see her that she's also not willing to go down without a fight.
No.
Right? So she's relying on the police detective ajashi.
Because she has maimed multiple girls.
Yeah.
And then murdered another one.
She's crazy.
There's no way she's going to go, oh, no. She's not going off into that dark, dark night. No. If she's going down, she's going down swinging.
Yeah, she's gonna go down swinging. Now we know that Dong-eun likes Yeo-jeong. It's like she's opening up.
Man, she's ever even.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think she ever had a chance.
She was so focused on the revenge. She was in college. She was in a factory. Thank God, no, those men was fat. I mean, you don't know what happened. Ugh. So man, she had to probably just be like, I'm focused. Whatever, leave me alone. So. it's probably like the first man who's ever like talked to her nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's opening up. It's great. They have very cute scenes. She also is smiling more. So she smiles with him. She smiles with Hyun-nam. So you kind of see her like, and I do like the episode because you see the nurse. The nurse showed compassion to her too. So the nurse is helping. So she does have people on her side, which is great. She's not completely alone. Because I think when we first saw her, she was truly alone. You know?
Had nobody at
Had
school.
nobody. Okay. So revenge receipts. We had a couple.
Cha-ching.
So we had the camera feed at her apartment. Very smart. We have her with the reports from her.
So his
bullying.
reports from 18 years ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she has her reports, and then there's the video from the break-in of
Yes.
Yeon-jin. Then we have So-hee's investigation papers.
Yes.
And as a tracker, we see Do-young finally realizing that Yeo-jeong isn't his kid because he sees the photos on her wall of Yeo-jeong and Choi-jun, right? And then this was interesting. I think there's like threats happening, so I kind of wanted to talk about it. Threats for Dong-eun, okay? That, right? So the biggest threat right now is Hyun-nam, right? Hyun-nam has now been it's been compromised, so we don't know what's going to happen to Hyun-nam. And I also think there are other threats too. Like, I wonder, like, I feel like this police investigation is now a threat.
Yes.
For Myeong-oh because the guy doesn't believe her.
No, I don't think because he's not in on the campaign. I think he's not trying to find Myeong-oh. I think because now they're talking about it's a criminal case. I think now they're trying to get. I think he's trying to get to the drug portion of it. Because remember at the beginning of the interview, where he's talking to Jae-jun goes, "Do y'all really look for missing people?"
Oh,
Like-
no, it's because he's looking for the drugs. You're right. Yeah,
He's looking for the
yeah,
drugs.
yeah,
You're not
yeah.
looking for this man. You're looking for drugs.
Yeah.
And so I think once it becomes like a drug criminal case thing,
Yeah.
that's when she was just like, that's why. So when Dong-eun's telling him what happened, he's like, okay, but like, do you have what
Yeah.
I really want to know? I don't think
Yeah.
he cares about this other stuff. I think he only is trying to get to the drugs.
It's interesting, but I feel like that's gonna like kind of. She's in a. It's messy,
It's all messy, and I think there's things happening that she didn't expect.
which is fun, which we kind of needed.
Because I don't think, because I wonder if she expected Yeon-jin to approach Hyun-nam. Like, I wonder if she was like, Hyun-nam. It's like, I wonder if like that was part of her plan.
Well, in the next episode, we see her warning her. Because I think what happens in the next episode, we're going ahead, but she sees the husband's photo. Oh, I guess what you mean is like, did she anticipate it ahead of time? No. I don't think she expected her to break into her house.
No.
Because I don't think she expected I don't know. Maybe she knew, maybe she didn't, but
I think she
knew
expected
that-
Yeon-jin to fight back. I don't think she expected her to fight back the way that she's fighting.
back. Yeah, because I don't.
Because the only reason she can do what she's doing, the only reason she found out where she lived was
Because
because
a police
of
detective. But she
Detective
knew.
Ajushi.
But then she knew about their relationship. So Dong-eun knew that this police detective Ajushi was always on her side, even
Right.
when they're little.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but well, I think in the next episode, she definitely didn't expect some of the things that Yeon-jin starts doing. Because the
No.
next episode's freaking wild.
It's nuts.
It's nuts.
I think Yeon-jin has the ability to really destroy Dong-eun's life.
Yeah.
Because her daughter goes to the school.
Yeah.
She's a teacher at the school.
Yeah.
She could easily get her fired.
Yeah.
Her husband's super rich. The building that she lives in, like that apartment, her husband could buy the building, buy the apartment, whatever.
Yeah.
There's so many ways that she could destroy her because she still is very rich and has the
Yeah.
police on her side.
And if you think about it, I think in a way, of course, she deserves it. But I think Dong-eun using Yeo-jeong really made her go.
Oh, yeah.
It's her child, and I think, of course, she deserves it. I think she deserves it, but I think that's what's making everyone act a little bit crazy. It's because of the daughter, if you think about it. Like Do-young's upset.
Yes.
Choi-jun is acting this way because of the little girl. So everything is
Yes.
like around this little girl. you know?
Because she could have just went for her weather lady job.
She could have just
Gone for the woman's husband.
She could have just posted something on the message boards and been like, you know what?
She could just posted the pictures of herself.
She didn't have to implant herself into her school, her daughter's school.
Into the husband's mind. All
It's like Inception. She's like
Inception herself into this husband's mind with his love for Pablo. But we're back next Wednesday to chase the 10th episode.
My God, we are flying.
Cinco of the glory. But what do you think of our pod? Submit your questions, thoughts, prayers, rants, or whatever at chasingkdrama.com, or call us on our Sarangees hotline at 213-632-6865 and leave a message. And we'd love to hear from you directly. And be sure to follow us on our socials and subscribe. Follow us on all of the things. The YouTubes, the Spotifys, the Apples, and tell your favorite K-drama addicts about us. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And we'll see you for the next K-drama chase. Sarangees!